I have new eyes and I can't keep calm. Hi, I'm Theo and this is my love nest. I'm not gonna waste any time. I am here to give you guys a life update. If you're new, please do subscribe. Okay, no, let's do this properly. Hello there, I'm Theo and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now that you're here, please watch it all the way to the end. A very big shout out to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far, everybody who likes my videos, everybody who comments, and everybody who recommends my content to other people. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please do click on the subscribe button and put the notification bell on so you know every time I put up a video. So here's a life update. We are 6 months into the year. We're almost done with June. Like today's the 28th of, yes, it's the 28th of June, so June is already over. And this means that I have been a student for a good 5 months because classes started in Feb, but basically for half the year. And yeah, this is a life update on what's been happening, school, work, and yeah, basically those two. Where do I begin? Okay, first up, I resigned from work. I am a full-time student now. I'm no longer employed. And what a lot of people don't know is that, and you may have watched the video where I was going through how my days used to look like when I was still juggling both school and work. So yeah, that was my life for 4 months. Then end of May I had to resign, and so for the whole of June I haven't been working. I've just been doing school full time. So the situation was that resigning wasn't really primarily my choice. I didn't resign because I wanted to. I just had to resign. You know, circumstances made me resign, or rather, yeah, circumstances. So backstory, when I applied, my initial plan was that I would do what I was doing, work during the night and then go to class during the day, work during the night, go to class during the day. And the nice thing about that was that if you're working night shift, you get to work like 7 days straight, then you get to have 7 days off. So since the shifts were like 7 days in and 7 days out, it meant that on the other 7 days that I'm off, I can just attend classes throughout and not have to worry about work. So yeah, that was how I had been doing everything. And so the thing with studying ultrasound is that the course is full-time, right? So it's kind of impossible to have study leave, because then how do they give you the days off? Because it's not like you only go to class like on a Friday, so then they know that every Friday you don't come to work or something like that. It's an everyday thing, so you can't really have study leave. And so that was not even an option. Like I couldn't apply for study leave. That's why I had to keep working while I studied. So then yeah, fast forward to a point where management called me and they're like, listen, we cannot have you on full-time night shift, so you have to come back and work day shift like others. So the setup was that you work only 1 week of night shift per month. So yeah, like you have to come back and work like everybody else because we cannot have you on full-time night. So I couldn't work full-time because of, you know, school. So yeah, got to a point where the conversation became about, girl, you either resigning or you deregister from school. And one thing I wasn't going to do was deregister because getting into ultrasound is hard, more especially if you've got a previous degree. Like they prioritize matriculants a lot. So I wasn't going to risk it because I had this opportunity, was my 3rd application, so I wasn't gonna risk having to wait again and apply for the following year, because now I don't know what miracle would have happened for me to be able to get study leave, but I wasn't gonna risk it. So I just had to get to a point where I was like, you know what, it's fine, let's sacrifice the money. And honestly, it's been so difficult. Like, the transition has been so flippin' difficult, because I've been employed since 2020 and I've been getting a salary every month since then, you know. So now going to not having an income at all is a whole change on its own. Like, it's like, yo, this affects literally everything. Like, if you're thinking of buying takeaways, you gotta think, wait a minute, you're not getting anything at the end of this month to make up for whatever. So like, what you have is what you have, you know. You can't just randomly decide, I'm going to check out my cart. You can't just make quick financial decisions. You have to be intentional about it, because there is no other money coming in, you know. So that transition has just been crazy. But I had honestly made up my mind to say, if it means we are sacrificing the money, we're losing the job for school, so be it. And yeah, I resigned. And I remember saying to one of my colleagues, also I must say, hey, my colleagues were very considerate throughout this duration of me having to work night and go to work to school during the day, because they would like allow me to come in like an hour later and leave an hour early during the week, and then we swap on weekends. I come earlier and they leave early. It was really helpful, you know, because the traffic from Joburg to Pretoria is insane, even vice versa. So not having to worry about rushing to work was a relief. Like, it was minus one problem, because at least I knew if I'm leaving school at 4, I can be home at least by 5:30, and then I can leave, like, just freshen up for 30 minutes, leave at 6, and then I can make it to work by like 6:30 to 7, or even 7 o'clock. Like, I didn't have the pressure of having to be at work at 6 o'clock. My colleagues would cover for me, and Shemi was so helpful. Like, it was, yeah, minus one problem. And another thing is that this thing of working night shift and studying would have worked perfectly fine in my workplace, because that place is not busy, hey? Like, in my opinion, it was very chilled. You hardly ever got tired, like physically. You'd get tired emotionally and maybe mentally, but never physically. Like, the maximum patients we would do like during the day would be 20, and it's never like trauma or like super difficult patients. It's like walking patients, if you get what I mean. So it was never really that difficult. So I was never really exhausted, like physically, but I'd be fatigued because, you know, you're not resting, you're not sleeping enough, so then you eventually get tired. But it was doable, man. It was doable. So I remember saying to my one colleague, after I had started with the resignation process, and they're like, oh yeah, we have to do your farewell, and I'm like, don't you dare. Also because I was part of the events team, so I was one of the people that would organize farewells for other people, organize whatever little party that had to happen. So now it meant that, so like, I knew all the tricks they used to get you to come for your farewell or your bridal shower or whatever. I knew all the tricks, so they weren't gonna work with me. So I had told them already that don't even think of getting me to come to work when I shouldn't. If you plan something and you want me to come, if you call me and say, Theo, you need to come and sign this and that, I will know that you're not calling me to come and sign. You plan something, and I won't show up, because it's not like I'm leaving willingly. Like, I'm not gonna come there and smile and be happy that, oh yeah, I'm leaving. No, I'm not happy. So I'm not gonna come and be cheerful with you guys. Yeah, I was petty like that. So yeah, I told them I didn't want a farewell or anything. And man, my colleagues did like organize something for me, but not at work. So what I was told was that, so one of them told me that they wanted to come to the salon, like 2 of them would come to the salon to have their nails and their hair done. And so we had been arranging for that. So I'm arranging for these people to come and do their hair and nails. And they wanted to come on a Sunday, right? And I always go to church on Sundays, and like getting me to not go to church is yeah, you gotta really convince me. So yeah, eventually I agreed that they can come on a Sunday. And so on that day I was studying. I remember I was studying, and I hear like some loud music playing outside the gate. And please note, I live in a township. Like, loud music is not a foreign thing. Like, even now somebody can decide that they're gonna park their car there, open the doors and start blasting music. It's normal. We're used to it. So I start hearing loud music outside my gate, and I don't think much of it. I'm just like, okay, my neighbors are at it again. But now the thing was, I know the kind of music they play. This person was playing bedroom music, and my neighbors don't play that kind of music. So I thought also maybe somebody's getting married and they're just driving past or something. I didn't think that this noise is here, like it's here to stay, until one of the guys comes, like my neighbors comes to knock, and they're like, somebody's looking for you in the salon. So I'm thinking, oh, my 2 colleagues are here because they said they would be here around this time. So I walk into the salon, out the gate, and I see all of them. Yeah, my heart, like, I cried. I'm like, guys, what? They got me there. I didn't see it coming. I wouldn't have even guessed it. So yeah, we had like a very nice picnic. We were just talking, and they also came to support the salon. They each had either your nails, hair, or lashes done, and it was a very nice Sunday. And yeah, they left after that. I loved it. It was nice. I loved it. It was nice, and it was like not awkward because everybody who was there is like the people we were, in a circle with. So yeah, that's what happened, and I stopped going to work. I haven't been going to work since. So that is the latest. And as far as school is concerned, guys, hey, it's difficult. Like, it's not easy. I don't know how many times I have cried while I'm studying, or while I'm doing an assignment, or when I have an assessment coming up. Like, it's a mess. It really is a mess. Like, there's a lot going on. And there's modules that I'm redoing that I did when I was doing radiography. I'm repeating those modules because of exemption rules and whatnot. And now the fact that I'm doing these modules again does not mean they're easy. Like, it's crappy, man. I have said to myself, but Theo, why didn't you just do cath lab? Like, cath lab would have you training for maximum 6 weeks, maybe, I don't know. But you do a 6 weeks training and you're a cath lab radiographer. You don't do the night shifts and holidays that you're complaining about. So, girl, why did you have to put yourself through this? Now you're unemployed for this degree. School is not easy. It's a very challenging. But it's got its days. Like, I won't lie. I'm enjoying being a student. I love it there. But hey, every day of this year, I have been questioning, girl, was it worth it? Because I am going through the most. But otherwise, yeah, this is the life update. This is what has been happening. We are full-time students now, and yeah, I started my clinicals in a week. Not even in a week, in a couple of days. Clinicals are starting in a few, and the year will basically be over after this. Crazy, right? But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please do watch my ads because now I'm unemployed. I need YouTube to pay me. This is weird. This is crazy. But yeah, please do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and do recommend it to your friends, and till I see you again, please take care and share the love. Bye.